Andy.
Yeah.
A couple things. One, it's great to see you.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos still with us on the show here.
Yeah,
Jeff Bezos want to crack it. Pirate episode, hysterical.
It was good.
Yeah, I say this all the time. There's not enough podcasts that are doing pirate episodes.
There's not enough podcasts that dare to go there.
I actually need something from you.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna rip through a few things.
Just go for it.
For the folks out there listening, we got some scheduling things going on this week, so we're recording on Saturday. This is to be released on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team plays against Canada for a gold medal. Now, this would be the first gold medal the U.S. men's hockey team has won since 1980, the Miracle on Ice team.
Holy smokes.
So you had 1960, 1980. You're looking for 2026 right here, baby. So I say this, I don't say this lightly, could be the greatest sporting event of our generation. People should be excited. It's at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So let me take you from the top on all things this. And this could be, dude, when this comes out, there's a chance that, game didn't go our way, and this could be such a depressing thing to listen to. But I don't believe it because I'm a patriot, and I love this country. Andy.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Canada played the early game, the semifinal game against Finland. They won. And then U.S. had to play Slovakia, which they also won. And then a bunch of, like the Ontario province, a bunch of Canadian folks were like, hey, we're putting in a thing, a one-day rule that bars are allowed to open at 6 a.m. and serve alcohol so that you can go there and watch the game. And so I've been patiently waiting for the good people of Western New York to enact that same rule.
Yeah.
Because how can you let them one-up us? You can't. That's the simple answer. So patiently waiting on that, I actually tweeted. I tweeted at Matt Beauvais, the news reporter. I'm like, hey, you gotta make something happen here.
Yeah, make some noise.
Haven't heard back yet. So that's part of it. But, and again, this won't come out till Thursday, so it won't ruin the surprise. What I need from you is I need the colonial costumes.
Okay, easy peasy.
Yeah.
They're in the closet.
Yeah.
Just don't forget them.
You
want the wigs and everything?
Oh, I want it all.
Okay,
I want the
good.
whole nine.
Okay, good.
I want the whole nine. And if we do find ourselves at a public establishment, a bar, there is a chance that I'm just gonna wear a USA Tage Thompson jersey. Shout out to him. But I think I'm supposed to go out to dinner tonight, and I might rock it to dinner tonight just to let the people know, like, I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So if you see me out tonight and you hear this on Thursday, shit'll all start making sense. Secondly, so now that I got, a little bit, and that's why I'm fired. That's the video I was just watching. So I'm all jazzed up. All right. And it's still, almost 24 hours away. But I'm jazzed up, ready. I don't know that I'll be able to sleep tonight. But Olympics. So I got a story for you about the Olympics.
Okay.
So you and I talked a lot about the Winter Olympics, and how there's maybe things that are less interesting or whatever the case may be. So, but I told you, like, every night I've been going home and I've been watching, or I end my night with a little Olympic action. So Thursday night of this past week, doing my thing, whatever, get home, work out, eat, hang out, read a little bit. And then it's like 10 o'clock or, 10 o'clock. So I flip on the Olympics and I get just
enthralled.
Is that like excited, like encaptured? What's that mean?
Yeah. That's
I get just absolutely sucked in.
Yeah, you're enthralled.
To this USA versus Switzerland curling match, women's curling, to advance to the semifinals. And I'm watching this thing, and I know you're like, oh, curling's not exciting.
Okay, that's not what I'm like.
But if you start to watch enough curling and understand it a little bit, that's where the excitement starts to come from, because you know kind of where things are heading. So I tune in, and it's pretty late in the match. So it goes into there's 10 ends in curling. It's like frames.
Yeah, I get it.
So it goes into the 10th end. And USA I don't think US had the hammer. They didn't. Switzerland has the hammer, meaning they throw last. USA's up 6-3. So all USA has to do is make sure that they don't give up 3 scores in one end.
Yeah.
Switzerland hadn't had more than 1 score in an end the entire match. And to get 3 scores in an end is pretty difficult. Sure as shit, Switzerland gets 3 scores in the 10th end to tie it 6-6. It goes into extra ends. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Extra ends. I like it.
And now US has the hammer. So it's like a very defensive like curl. It comes down to the last shot. And this woman from USA just drops a dime right in the house. They win. They're going to the semifinals. The people are fucking. I'm in bed. It's like 11:15 p.m. at this point. Like my heart's racing. My adrenaline's going. I'm all fired up, right? So I'm texting the boys. I'm like, dude, I just watched the most fucking electric curling match of all time. Like this, that, the other thing. Andy, friend of the show, Alex Bauer, texted me back, and he was very polite about it. He's like, dude, that was from like 11 a.m. today. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like every night I come home and watch the Olympics. I'm like, it's set when you on Peacock. It's big fucking red square that says live. He's like, dude. He's like, it's 4 a.m. in Italy right now. He's like, there's not a single event that happens after like the 3 p.m. hockey game. Our time, 3 p.m. is like the last Olympic event of the day. And I'm like, so you're telling me that for the past 2 fucking weeks, I've been going home every night and tuning in the Olympics, thinking I'm getting live action, just cheering on my country with everything I got, and everything that I've watched has already fucking happened. I've been watching nothing but replays. A simple Google search could have given me information that I spent hours collecting over the past 2 weeks.
Oh, my God. Do they give out gold medals for being a chump?
If they did, I'd be the fucking Michael Phelps of it right now, this year. This year specifically.
Chumple Phelps. Chumple Phelps.
Michael Chumps.
Michael Chumps. I like Chumple Phelps. I know Chumple Phelps makes less sense, but that's why I like it. It's like it sounds like a labyrinth character.
So that's what
God, that's brutal.
that's what
man.
I'm dealing with.
That's your whole world is kind of turned upside
and I was
down.
tired.
Yeah.
So like 11:15 p.m. I find this out. And on Thursday night, and yeah, now it's kind of like a what's their. Thank goodness there's a gold medal game tomorrow at 8:10 a.m. Which again, this is my thing, and this is why they need to make this easier for people to understand. All right, because here's what I'm saying. I understand that it's 4 a.m. in Italy. If it's 11 p.m. here, right? Like, I know that. Or it's 6 hours. It's 6 hours.
Okay.
But I thought it was like, the Olympics are going all night kind of scenario. Like, I don't know if they're, like, they literally, Peacock literally calls it, they call it prime time in Milan.
Yeah.
And it's got a big old red fucking live square on it. Why would I assume that that's old? Would you assume that that's old?
I'd have to see it, but from what you're describing, no, I would not. I would assume that that's
so. Then,
that's
if you
live.
do the math, and it's like, okay, they're doing that at 11 p.m., and then at 8 a.m., like the gold medal game is. So that's give me the math there. That's 9 hours.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, maybe they're doing shit overnight. Maybe those 9 hours overnight in the U.S. is when Italy's cranking out all their events, Like that's what that's how my thought, like, oh, it starts at 8 p.m., here.
Right.
And they roll it through the night in
damn.
Italy.
That's like a very
like
that's
I
bad
had
news.
a justified thought process as to why.
Well, basically, I mean, justified in the sense like Peacock, from what it sounds like, is making it look like it's live, but the idea that the Olympics is going on over there, but they're gonna put it at a time where I can watch it in America for me.
No, but I didn't.
Different.
But I didn't necessarily think, because again, I thought it was probably rolling through the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching this. It was 11 p.m.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they should. But I will say, They should. I've had this thought for a while. This is not my own opinion, but it is the truth. People say Central Time is the best time
Central
to live in for sports.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
So maybe like we should just internationally, the IAHF, the Olympic Committee, the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, or whatever they're called, they should be like, hey, we're gonna do all sports Central Time, and then it's a little bit later for us.
But Central Time is only
1 hour behind us.
Yeah, behind us, but
Yeah.
on the other side of the world, it's different. Because the
I
world's a
understand
circle.
how time zones work. But like Italy, for example,
But
7 hours instead of
Central's the
6.
best time of sports for us to watch.
For the U.S. of
For
A.
the U.S., yeah. But not for the world.
Central Time.
That's like Colorado. That's it. Colorado's the only one benefiting from your idea. Not Singapore.
Colorado's not in Central Time.
Well,
It's in
I'm
Mountain
just
Time.
saying. What's the difference? Central Mountain. There's 4
Another
time zones
hour.
in the U.S.?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Central
thought they
Mountain
were-
Pacific.
I thought
Go
they
an
were
hour
3.
over. You got 3 hours on the West Coast. You got 2 hours in Mountain Time. You got 1 hour in Central Time.
I actually
Then you got
know
Eastern
how-
Time.
I actually know how time zones work. I just didn't know that there were 4 of them in the U.S. I wonder what they call
I
time
just think-
zones.
Dude, I'm telling you, you gave me a poisoned water.
I didn't give you a
There's
poison
water everywhere
Yeah,
on
it's
this
just
table.
leaking. It's not poisoned. It's just It's just a bad product. It's not poison. It's just a terrible product design, and it's leaking and causing problems. It's not poison. Anyways, what do they call? What are you googling time zone thing?
No.
Okay.
I was reading the note. I've been in a battle. I ordered these two things online. It's actually from another podcast that I listened to. They came out with dog toys that are like there's just a person, like it's one of the people. And I ordered 2 of them, and I haven't got them yet. So I've been bitching at them. Like, hey, where's my shit?
This is why we do our merch the way we do, because there's too many problems otherwise with other people. I'm just saying, teespring.com, whatever. So Toy Story 5 is coming out.
Really? Didn't even know they were going for a 5th.
Yeah, you got your ears to just a different street than I do. We got our ears to different streets. I got my ears to the boulevard. You got your ears to the parkway. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I did see there was a stabbing at the Galleria Mall the other day.
See, I didn't get that because that's not on my street.
Yeah, it's not your street.
No. Yeah, mall stabbings. If you go to a mall these days, what do you expect? Chances are stabbing. Malls are like the #1 place for stabbings to occur.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think
you,
statistically, stabbings is #1 place for.
I think you are pulling that out of your ass.
No, I think that's correct. If you look at the stabbing statistics, malls are probably right after like parades. But parades, how many parades even happen anymore? Probably a fair amount, I guess.
There's
I'm not
parades.
trying to shit on parades.
Oh,
That's
there's
on
parades
me.
going. There's parades going. I
That's on
guarantee
me.
you, there's parades happening today.
That's funny. Any day you get a
Any day
parade.
you wake up, there's a parade somewhere.
It's like what Jimmy Buffett said. But Toy Story 5, and they're going against an iPad.
Really?
Yeah, the kid. They're with
He gets
that
an
other kid
iPad,
now,
the girl.
Bonnie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
Gave up
gets,
Forky for an iPad.
Well,
so would
it
I.
starts-
So would I, Bonnie. Forky's dude. I don't even keep
Forky.
is a spork, by the way.
I'm
He
here
should
to-
be sporky.
I'm here to defend Forky because he is a being of pure imagination. Don't worry about that. Let's keeper of keys and games at Hogwarts. But Forky's a man. So in the trailer, it starts off Forky's actually getting hitched.
He's getting married?
Yeah.
To what, a knife?
Yes. That's exactly correct, Matthew. And then the kid gets an iPad, and it's like, whoa, hey, oh, hey, ooh. And the toys are like, fuck. This is brutal. Which is fucking fuck you. I mean, no offense, but fuck you. Because It's so like, the kids are on iPads and toys are, and Buzz and Woody are literally like, maybe our time's just done. Maybe it's over. Why are you getting so sad and like philosophical about this stuff? Like, the first Toy Story doesn't have anything to do with that. The first Toy Story is so, but you don't need to be like that to have a good movie, is what I'm saying.
I know, but it's how you're not look. That's what's happening. That's what's happening in real life. Kids are replacing toys for iPads.
Whatever, dude. Who gives a shit?
Nobody wants toys anymore.
Once the astronauts
all the toys
went
you
up,
need right here, buddy.
Children only want to play with space toys. But anyway, the big news is Woody. Did you? So Toy Story 4 was a movie. Did you ever see that? Oh yeah, that's the one with Forky.
Yeah. What's 3?
3 is the one where they.
What's the one with the big purple bear?
That's 3. That's
okay.
3. So in 4, at the end of 4, Woody runs away with Bo Peep.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen 4. Are you sure
that's
Forky's
what
not in
happens.
3?
Brother.
Okay, I'm just asking. And maybe I have seen it because I know who Forky is.
Everybody knows. Forky's generational icon, though. Like, he was everywhere. So, anyways, Woody, like, they reconnect in this movie, and they show it in the trailer. Big news from the trailer, Woody has a bald spot now. He's like the paint on the back of his head. I don't know how it happens, but it's all rubbed off. So he's got Woody's bald spot. I've been seeing that. You're seeing a stabbing. I'm seeing Woody's bald spot all over the place.
Back in the day, if you remember, because again, Forky is a spork.
Yeah.
Sporks used to also have the little knife part on the side.
Oh, that's...
Yeah? Remember?
Not really.
They'd have that little serrated edge.
Not really. That's not a real spork, though. That's like something else.
That was a spork back in the day.
I don't think so. I vaguely remember seeing things like that, but that's something else.
That's real, Andy. That's real America. Zoo pals and sporks.
Not with serrated edges. That's different. That's a different thing. Oh, God. Here we go.
No, I'm not going to do it, but I know I'm right. Like the
I know
sporks
they
we used to
exist.
have in school, did they not have the little serrated edge?
Not to my recollection. Why would you?
I remember they did. And sporks are fucking stupid.
That's not true.
It is because
Sporks are the perfect tool to eat macaroni and cheese with.
Sporks have a use. I agree with you. But if you're eating something that's intended to be eaten with a fork and you're using a spork, the forks on the spork are not long enough because it turns into a spoon too quickly.
The spork forks. I think I've never run into that issue before. I've always been pretty satisfied with my spork forks.
Like you're trying to eat some broccoli with a spork?
Oh, easy peasy.
Are you stabbing or scooping?
Stabbing. I'm a fork over spoon man, 100%.
A full
yes, a piece of broccoli.
Piece of broccoli, stem and all.
Boom. You got to know where to stab it.
Should I answer that?
If you want, yeah.
You know
go
who
for
it is?
Yeah.
Alex, you're live to the tape.
Folks, there's so much going on. You've got so much on your plate. Why take up more of your time with little things like having to go to the grocery store, my personal least favorite? I've started getting my groceries delivered, and it has changed everything for me. I am genuinely more happy of a person not having to deal with going through those aisles, people just running into other things with their carts, like people not looking each other in the eye. I really hate the grocery store, and the parking lots, forget about that. The great news is Instacart exists. And you might not know this, but you can get more than just groceries on Instacart. You can also get some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour, boy. But the best part is right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Start taking things off your plate and putting different things on your plate. It's a food delivery joke. It's not really a joke. It was just kind of a thing I said. The point is this. Make your life a little easier with Instacart. Hit the link in this episode description. Get that deal and start using Instacart today. listen, like I said, you've been working hard. And I think you deserve to treat yourself. And there's no better way to do that than to check out all the great stuff we've got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. We've got more than just clothes. But let me say this. The clothes, they're going to make you look good and make you feel good, okay? This is not some cheap, weird, like that Gildan brand and it fits disgusting. This is like, you're going to want to wear this stuff. It's super comfortable. The t-shirts especially. I'm talking tri-blend material. That's 3 kinds of material. That's Target quality, folks. But we've also got mugs and pint glasses and bucket hats and baseball hats, slides, notebooks, fanny packs, all made to order. So again, get yourself something nice and check it out over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Link is also, of course, going to be in this episode description. Check it out. And if you're interested in advertising on this show, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. You know, man, the podcast advertising, it feels like it gets bigger every week. Every week I listen to, you know, my regular roster of podcasts, and it's like, Chevy is doing ads on podcasts now. Oh, Nissan's doing ads on podcasts now, like car companies, but not just them. McDonald's, State Farm, like massive brands that have massive ad budgets that do big commercials on the Super Bowl every year and all this stuff, and it's very cool. I mean, I can't think of anything in my lifetime that has created its own space for advertising in the realm of like television, newspaper, but now podcasts are right there with them, and that's only going to get bigger, and that's really cool. The problem is there's not really any room for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action. At least they haven't yet. But the good news is that's what we're here for, all right? That's what we're all about. So again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising and what it can do for you, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. You got to put them up to the microphone.
Alex, you're live to tape on Two in the Cooler.
Oh my God! How many slurs do you want me to say?
I'd prefer you say
I would
0.
say start at the beginning of the alphabet and work your way through. If you could do, you know that what's that the alphabet aerobics, that song by Black Alicious. If you could do that with slurs, I'm not saying there's going to be no repercussions, but I will say it's kind of impressive.
Andy, I'm going to be completely honest. You're the only person that's ever heard that song.
That's not true.
I know that. I agree with
Yeah. You're what?
I've never heard that.
Artificial animals aren't
No.
all amazing. Analytically, I assault and animate things.
No.
That's as far as I
You're
can get
making
before
shit
I forget. You've never heard Alphabet Aerobics by Black Alicious?
No.
You guys are fucking
No, I
morons.
never heard
That's
of
on
Black
you. That's a
Alicious.
very popular song.
Alex said he doesn't even know who Black Alicious is.
Well, he's the guy who sings Alphabet Aerobics.
Alex, I'm going to be honest. You sound like a guy who is maybe just waking up with a wee bit of a hangover.
That would be correct. I need to get to the beach, though. I gotta go to the beach. Let's go get away.
Yeah, just I figured maybe, you were calling me. We were recording, so.
I didn't know that we were recording. I was calling you back from this morning.
All
I
right,
just
well.
woke up. I figured if you called me, maybe you needed the codes to the nuclear missiles.
Well, that's for later. We can't talk about that on air.
Yeah, I did. I got so fucked up. I woke up at 8:30 and had a panic. I thought I missed the first 30 minutes of the USA game. Wrong day, though.
It's only Saturday. He thought he drank so much last night he skipped a full day. That'll happen.
Oh my God, dude. This is crazy. Fucking Liz Canvas in bed with me right now.
All right, Alex. We'll talk to you later.
Oh man, I'm fucking crazy night.
All right, that's Alex Bauer's cameo.
Hitting the beach. There is nothing that I would hate more than being hungover at a beach. That's me.
Andy, look at this.
Matthew,
You can't tell me. Yep, see?
it's just got a fucking leak. It's not poison. Matthew, don't get it on the fucking equipment, you dumbass.
This water is poison. I told
It's
you.
not poison. Look at that.
Really?
Got sprinkled
Why else
water all
would there
over
be a
it.
needle-sized hole? Give me the camera.
Look at the fucking
which
thing.
I
Don't
can't get
spray
it wet.
over here.
Exactly. That's what I'm.
That's not good. That's not even.
Yes, it is. Watch. Wait. Leave your camera on. Look at this. That's a needle-sized hole in my water
It's just
bottle.
poorly made. It's just poorly made.
That is a
Walgreens
needle-sized
water.
hole.
So why? So what are you worried is going to happen to you?
Oh,
You got water all over the switcher. You got water all over the fucking switcher. How am I supposed to clean this up? I can't clean it up during the show if I accidentally push the wrong button. Then
It'll dry. It'll dry.
That might be even worse for it.
Use your finger. See?
Look at it. Just spread it around. Just spread around wetness.
Now I'm going to be thirsty the whole podcast.
Just use it.
That's a poison hole.
No, it's not.
Dude.
It's not poisoned.
If you see that's a needle hole
just
in my water bottle.
Yeah, it's just poorly made by Walgreens.
When I opened that water bottle, I said, "This doesn't look fully sealed. Are you sure this is okay to drink?"
It is sealed
and
on
you
the
said,
top.
"Yeah, that happens sometimes."
It does.
Have you ever had a needle-sized hole in your water bottle
In fact, I have.
and you drank it?
Yep. Because it was there. It's all we had. All we had was needle-sized water bottle holes. Whatever I'm trying to say. That's all we had. And you know what? We were thankful for it. We were thankful even to get that amount of hydration.
There's rattlesnake venom in that water.
Good thing I'm immune. Can't be poisoned by my own kind. Speaking of snakes, I wanted to talk about something else earlier that I was yelling about, but I can't remember what it is. Speaking of snakes, I watched Anaconda, the new Anaconda movie. It's got Jack Black and Paul Rudd. It's
I've heard it's good.
It is good. It's not what I thought it was because it's not like a remake. It's like about their characters trying to remake the movie Anaconda. So it's funny.
Yeah, I've seen the Buffalo sober scene a million times. Yeah.
I forgot about Yeah, they that's one of those things where it's like they just don't get it quite right. Like if you live in that, like when there's a movie that takes place in a town and you're from that town, like it's just not quite.
Really?
Yeah.
What's off about it?
I don't.
Because that's a pretty funny. That
words.
part is pretty funny clip.
It is funny, but it's just like it's just like
yeah, just slight tweak.
You know, just a little. There's another movie about Buffalo that's like a romantic comedy. It's got
Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah, I think it's called Buffalo Soldier, and it's about a soldier who comes back to Buffalo from war after going to war. He
Is it Jamaican?
Well, he goes to war in Jamaica. This was during the Jamaican War. Some people might not be old enough to remember this, but part of Desert Storm was desert islands. It wasn't just like Afghanistan and stuff. It's like, okay, that's one desert, but if we're trying to actually storm the deserts, we have to hit all our spots. So we're not going to go crazy, but we just need a few people to go to like Jamaica,
it was a Jamaica Mistake type situation.
It was kind of if the files are labeled as a bit of a Jamaica mistake. I think in the annals of history there will be a large red splotch on the Jamaica mistake of that was Desert Storm in this instance.
Desert Island.
Well, Desert Island is again part of Desert Storm. They're storming deserts. Deserts don't just exist in one place. There's tons of deserts. There's ice deserts. They didn't get to those, but that's George Bush for you. Am I right, folks? 2 presidents ago. I'm still stuck on 2 presidents ago.
I saw a great tweet
What's
yesterday that was like, it said like all however many pages of the Epstein files get released and no mention of George Bush anywhere. Guy was just bombing Iran for the love of the game or something like that.
Yeah, that's the way it was.
Did you see, speaking of, I've done zero research about this, okay? Let me
okay, great, terrific.
I saw one video from a weird-looking lady that is probably not true. But essentially it said that the company that does, like, yearbooks is, like, pretty, like, national. Like, they're the yearbook guys. They kind of have a yearbook monopoly.
Isn't it Jergens or whatever? Isn't it the same people who make the rings, Jostens?
No, I don't think so.
It's worth looking into. Continue. I'm not saying you got to keep going your story. I'll look this up if you want. Jostens? Who makes those class rings? Jostens? Jurgens? Dan Jurgens? Oh, wait, that's a comic book writer.
Oh, you're right. Jostens is the largest, most well-known for yearbooks.
See?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking smart. Whatever. I don't even give a shit. I don't even give a shit about how smart I fucking am. I'm a fucking genius, and I don't even care. I don't really care about that.
Yeah. Dude, Jostens has an interesting monopoly.
It's good if you can get it.
Dude, they make the Super Bowl rings too.
That's pretty fucking cool.
So they're making like class rings for like classes of like a class of 60 in like rural Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And then they're also turning around and making Super Bowl rings.
That's what they do. They got the rings.
They just make rings.
What were you going to say? What were you saying about them?
It's now I'm off base. This is why you should do research before you do things. But or maybe that Jostens makes the yearbooks, but there's a company that has like something to do with yearbooks that apparently was mentioned in the Epstein files.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much saying like they had like the yearbook information for like every kid in America that school did their yearbooks through this like company or this software, and they were just using it to essentially just scout children.
That's kind of hilarious. I mean, obviously it's bad, but like getting the scouting reports.
That's what I was saying too.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. So my stuff that I've seen about the Epstein files is from the perspective of all the comedy podcasts I watch and stuff.
Yeah.
So they talk about emails specifically where Jeffrey Epstein was apparently a big stand-up comedy fan. So he would go to so there's a lot of comedians who are mentioned in the Epstein files solely because Epstein was emailing someone the list of a lineup at like the Comedy Cellar in New York or something. But part of these emails, Jeffrey Epstein, here's what I've learned in these emails. He was a real fucking loser. So obviously, he was friends with other famous pedophile, Woody Allen, and they were like pretty, I mean, there's only so many like guys. If you're a pedophile, there's only so many guys you can like hang out with in your crew. You know what I mean? So they were pretty tight. So what Epstein would do is he would try to get comedians that he was fans of, like Chris Rock or Louis C.K., to come have dinner with him, being like, hey, they can come meet Woody Allen too, like we'll be at this dinner. And so there's all these emails of Jeffrey Epstein getting D-tier comedians, like really like guys whose names you don't know, be like, hey, come to dinner and maybe you can get this guy, and then them being like, I can't get a hold of Chris Rock, like he's not answering and stuff like that. So I mean, and Epstein's just like really he's like really he's really begging for it. He's like I can't think of the word here, but he's a huge loser.
There was something
but he's just a fucking nerd.
I had a thought while you were talking. I was trying not to interrupt you, and it completely wiped my memory blank. Like, I have zero thoughts in my brain right now. Fuck, what was it? I don't know. Something Epstein file related. Yeah. I don't see anything like factual. I'll just see random shit pop up sometimes. It was another thing. It wasn't yearbook related, and now I can't remember what it was.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that. But it's obviously there's these people like Epstein who, are like these figures making terrible moves, like doing really dark stuff. But then you'll see like these emails that I'm talking about is like, oh, this guy just kind of is in this position of power, but he's still like a huge, like you can take the nerd out of the D&D session, but you can't take the D&D session out of the nerd. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think so. Like, it doesn't matter. And I think that that's something that, like, when if you look at a list of, like, very powerful, quote-unquote, people, I think that's something probably pretty common that you'll find is there folks who are like, and that's kind of what has driven them towards these seats of power is their like insecurities and loserish tendencies, for lack of a better term. And now they're like, I actually run all this stuff. But then you talk to them or you see them speak, and it's
Dude,
like,
I
oh,
wish I could
you're
remember what
just an idiot. You gotta let it slide.
I
brother.
can't though. You know how I get. I can't. I get fixated on these things. Like when I have a thought in my brain and then I just I lose it. I don't know. I don't know what it was, man. R.I.P. to that thought. But that's the problem. Is then I get.
You have to move on. But you have to move on, dude. I've been in situations a million times. Also, especially when you're doing a podcast. I don't know if there's anything.
No, I think that's part of my charm, Andy. Is listen, I won't let it go. Okay, I will figure out what that was.
Fair enough. Turn a disadvantage into an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why the people tune in to hear me say nothing and think about something that was probably going to be a terrible fucking story anyway.
It's a lot. We are going to Universal Studios. We've talked about it for so long, about how we need to get back there, and we're finally going in April to see Epic Universe and all the other stuff. What I'm most excited about for Epic Universe is the Universal Monsters area.
Okay. So, I know we've talked about this on here before, but I guess I need a rundown of, like, the Epic Universe layout.
Okay.
So I know they have the
the deal.
ministry.
Here's the deal. This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to break it down. So now you got 3 parks at Universal, right? You got Islands of Adventure, you got Universal Studios, and you got Epic Universe, own park. So, Epic Universe is a theme park where you have 4 different lands, but the overarching theme of the park is that you enter a big portal, and then you go to portals, for these different universes, for these different locations. So, you walk in, this big portal thing. Boom, you're in Epic Universe. You go through this portal. You're in Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. You go through this portal. Universal Monsters themes. You go through this portal. How to Train Your Dragon area. When you go through the other portal, it's Nintendo, Mario. Those are the 4 they have.
They got Mario.
Yeah, big time.
Fuck, I didn't know that. What's the monsters?
You know, like the old school, like Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, and they've got a ride there that's supposed to be fucking crazy. Like the animatronics, top of the line, like all out. You know, in the Avatar ride at Animal Kingdom, not the flight one, the other one, the Na'vi Riverboat Cruise. People haven't been on it. There's this part, basically the pinnacle of that ride is you see this crazy animatronic, and dude, I'll never forget the first time I saw that thing because this fucking thing. It's an
girl,
animatronic
right? Of the
it's not a girl
of the Avatar.
It's not a girl. It's the shaman of the Na'vi.
Oh, I thought, but is it
and
a woman?
It's a man.
Oh,
or a male, and the movements of this animatronic are so fluid. It's the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen. It looks like this Universal Monsters ride has all animatronics like at that level. And I haven't. I like to do research on these parts. Like, what are the secrets? What are the secret Easter eggs? Like in like when they opened the Diagon Alley area at Universal Studios, which again is so cool. The way you like enter it. Or not Diagon Alley. What's the other one? Whatever the. Oh yeah, it is Diagon Alley.
Yeah,
no, I'm right. They have the Sirius Black's house facade on the outside, and if you go up to the door and you twist the knob, then you look up to the window and creature pops up. So like secret shit like that, I like to look up. But you gotta. I'm like, where does it stop? Because I don't want to. I also want to be surprised about like what this ride is gonna be. But that's what I'm most excited for.
the monsters.
The monster stuff.
Okay.
But I think How to Train Your Dragon, dude, How to Train Your Dragon, they have dragon animatronics all over the place, and they are very realistic and fucking freaky.
Dude, I've got a fucking ocean over here, and all I can think about is whatever the fuck we were talking about with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God, Matthew, we're talking about Universal Studios now.
Not me.
Trying to get
man.
excited.
Not me. I'm still in Epstein. I'm still stuck on Epstein.
Why am I
man.
even talking about Universal Studios then if you want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't want to talk about Epstein.
It seems like you might.
Dude, I never heard back, by the way, when I
From
submitted
Jeffrey
the
Epstein?
No, when I submitted the request to franchise at Tijuana Flats.
We're going to have to try again then.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, maybe they're backlogged, maybe they're behind. I don't want to give too much away, though, because it is a good idea. I mean, I guess you have, because the thing about Tijuana Flats is people, if you bring one around here, people are like, oh, it's like a competitor of Chipotle or Moe's, but it's
No.
not. It's different.
No, it's completely because it's
way better.
it's a
first
sit
of all.
down. Well, you can order at the counter type thing, but it's a menu. You're not just picking a canoe.
Yeah, it's not like bing bang boom boom boom.
You're not picking your boat, picking your meat, picking your right. You're picking a menu item.
Right, but I mean, it's not. I mean, like the way that the food is, like,
Yes.
it's not a, that's like.
It's
I mean, like the way that the food is,
nah,
not
there's
how
nothing
you,
like it here.
not the delivery
there's
system.
nothing like it.
No, there's nothing like it.
There's nothing.
It's
like
great.
It. It's so good, so good.
I'd love some of those as well. Oh man, when we do go down to Florida, hopefully it works out, because I know we're gonna be at Universal Studios for a while, while you're down there. But hopefully, I can take you to my favorite restaurant,
What is it?
Cas Antica in Sarasota.
Yeah, the problem is, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I know.
Because I got my own spots I gotta hit too.
Yeah.
Because I gotta hit. I gotta hit. I got spots I gotta hit.
Yeah, but this is. I don't think you understand what I'm offering you here. I get that you want to go to, Speaks and Shore.
Yeah, I love Speaks. Yeah, I do. I do about Speaks, but I gotta go to Shore.
Whatever, Mar Vista.
I gotta go to Mar Vista. I gotta go to Cha Cha Coconuts.
I'm not sure if you're really understanding what I'm offering you
I'm
here.
not sure
The
if you're
opportunity
really
that you
understanding
have.
the legacy that I have to uphold.
You want to talk about? You're talking to me about legacy?
Yeah. Friend
Fine.
of the program
Don't-
that just called in, Alex Bauer. Him and I have a record at Cha Cha. We hold a record at Cha Cha Coconuts.
Gayest guys ever to walk in there.
Yeah, we did have sex a few times in there, but no, that's not what was happening.
Couldn't get the record, huh? As hard as you tried. What's the record? You gonna say? What the real
All I
record
can think
is?
about is whatever I
Oh
was
my
gonna
God,
say.
Matthew! Why are you thinking? I don't understand how the thought you're having can fill your brain this much, because you don't even know what the thought is.
I know, but if you remember how that conversation started, we were talking about the yearbook thing, and I was like, oh, I saw this thing. And then as you were talking about your Epstein thing with the comedians, I was like, oh, shit, I saw something else that was like a funny, none of it's funny, but it was like a random, like, weird thing within the files. And then I started looking it up. I literally typed in on the internet just the words I got a Google search, Jeffrey Epstein space, and then I got distracted by what you were saying because I was listening, and then I completely fucking forgot it. And now it's going to eat me alive until I can figure out what it was.
This is another...
To the point where I'm ready to do who would win the week.
This is another classic Matthew. I got something messed up because I was trying to do what you wanted me to do.
No, not at all. That's not at all what I just said. I was just explaining where my brain
I was
at.
listening to you.
I'm not blaming.
That's why.
No,
that's why.
No,
that's why I've tripped.
No,
you tripped me.
No, I wasn't blaming you at all. I was just saying how it got there.
The who would win of the week this week? Hold on. I wish I had more Celsius. I'll remember it. The who would win of the week this week is Wendy from Wendy's versus Little Debbie. Wendy, what's a guy named Wendy's? Dave.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave
And Dave Jr.
Dave Thomas. So this is Wendy Thomas versus
Let me get a Dave
Little
single.
Debbie. Dave single, Dave double. Little Debbie versus.
He's got his own, I think, lemonade that they sell there, right? I think Dave's. I think he's got his own, or iced tea maybe. He's got a drink too.
Okay, nice, good
Yeah.
for him. Little Debbie versus Wendy. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's how I'm gonna start this fight, Matthew. Here's what I'm gonna say right here. Wendy, she's the face of this franchise that her father created. Dave Thomas did all the work. Wendy comes in. Wendy, Nepo baby. Lil Debbie built her own empire.
Really?
She was out on the streets. She was making the ho-hos, making
crumb cakes?
making the crumb cakes, making the cosmic brownies. She's a self-made child. And Wendy, no offense, all she had to do was show up with the pigtails and bop, 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 bing, bang, boom. You know what I mean?
But I'll say this. The game that Lil Debbie's in, you know, the dessert game, the pastry game, the
Yep.
sweets game, there's rules to that shit, all right? It's, you know, you used to hit a guy, he'd whack you, and that was it.
Yep.
Wendy, she's in the fast food business. She's in the fried food business. She's in the get down and get gritty business. She doesn't play by those same set of rules. It's not a gentleman's game to Wendy. All right? She'll do the shit that you don't want to that Dave didn't want to hear about to make things happen. You want to talk freshen up. Here's a perfect example. Every 3 or so years, 3 to 5 years it seems like, Wendy's brings back the Fresh Never Frozen campaign.
Well, that's a consistent of them.
It's not.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty certain that
That's like their whole thing. I know they bring commercials that say that, but their whole thing is that it's fresh, never frozen.
but no, it leaves the campaign for extended periods of time.
But their stuff is still fresh, never frozen. That's their whole thing. That's what I'm telling you.
But I'm telling you, are you sure?
Yes.
I
I am
disagree.
actually sure about that. Well, it's hard. It's a strange thing to disagree with a fact, Matthew. It's a curious.
What's your fact?
That their beef is fresh, never frozen.
And you've been in the back of a Wendy's.
Why would I do that? I'm just telling you what their whole deal is. That's their whole fucking thing.
Sometimes it is.
No, it
But-
is.
Andy, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, I am understanding what you're saying.
When they're not doing the when you're not hearing the Fresh Never Frozen ring, it's because the shit ain't fresh. It's frozen. You're telling me
Go ahead, keep going. Then.
walk into a Wendy's right now, I guarantee you there's frozen meat in that bitch.
There's only one way to find out. Let's do some investigative reporting.
And I'll ask you this, because I love Little Debbie, I love her sweets. Do you like Wendy's?
Yeah, I like Wendy's.
You like when these nuts drag across your face? Bang!
Well, that's the who would win. Fucking A, Matthew.
I'm taking Wendy because again, she gets down and dirty.
Okay.
I agree that
Go
Little
ahead,
Debbie
go ahead,
is
Go ahead a
self-made.
little more. Go ahead a little more. But then when it's my time to talk, you gotta let me talk.
I'm not interrupting you. You
But
weren't
you're
saying
about
anything.
to. But you're no, because I'm prefacing because
Go
I'm
ahead,
about to
go
start
ahead. I'm
talking.
just gonna shut the fuck
and you're
up.
gonna interrupt
I'm going
me.
to think about whatever I was thinking about with Epstein. I'll let you talk to the people, and then we can get out of here. How about that?
Okay. Well, Debbie. Yes, it's a different game than the fast food game. Okay, fast food game, you're right. It's down and dirty. But Little Debbie is going up against Hostess is like her only competitor. And she, from the ground up, created a monopoly on the snack cakes. Like even when you do compare to Hostess, they have their staples. They have the ho-ho. They've got the Twinkies. But what do they have as an answer to the zebra cake, to the Nutty Buddy, to the cosmic brownie? Nothing. They have no answer to that in Little Debbie's corner. Little Debbie, and the reason for that is, Matthew, because Little Debbie runs her streets with an iron
they have
fist.
no
They have
answer
no
to
answer
that in Hostesses.
in Hostesses. Yes. That's what I mean.
They got snowballs. Little Debbie don't got snowballs.
Again, I think there may be a Little Debbie answer to the snowball. I can't speak on that, but again, Little Debbie, they have such a monopoly on the snack cake game. People don't even realize it because it's just so normalized and ingrained in people.
That's what I'm saying is because
remember what I said a few minutes ago about interrupting me? Remember that?
See, this
anyways,
is
what were you
because
saying
you're not
about
talking.
Epstein? What were you saying about Epstein?
Here,
listen.
this is no.
I
That's
know
what I'm
that
saying about the
I know
snack
that
game.
Wendy's is like has to get down and dirty going against the Yakuza. You know,
McDonald's,
a Yakuza style of Burger King.
Taco Bell, Sonic. I mean, you could rip them off.
But also, frankly speaking, how's Wendy doing in that battle against Burger King, McDonald's specifically? How's Wendy doing in that battle?
Didn't they
A
just
clear
announce
third.
that they're closing like thousands of Wendy's locations?
Meanwhile, Little Debbie snack cakes are flooding supermarkets everywhere. All Little Debbie's in the kind of position of power where even when a challenger like Wendy's comes up, and again, it's a completely different food group, but even when somebody like that comes up, some young upstart, some young ginger upstart comes around, all Little Debbie has to do is sit in her ivory tower, look out at her empire, and wait.
But those are business decisions, which Little Debbie may be making. Wendy's not the one making those business decisions. She's the one that's fucking army crawling into a fucking McDonald's at midnight and slicing fucking Ronald's Achilles when nobody can see her and then crawling out.
Well, that's a fast food game. To your point, it's a guerrilla warfare system.
Exactly. And Little Debbie, although, yeah, she built her stuff, she may be more of a business mogul. Again, what you're not understanding is there's respect in the snack game. There's rules. You're saying, oh, there's no comparison to the Nutty Butter. There's no comparison to the Cosmic Brownie. Yeah, because there's rules to that shit. All right? There's no rules in the fast food game.
Nobody
if you come out,
is going to be better.
Taco Bell's a perfect example.
Nobody's going to be
Taco
better
Bell's
at
going
breaking
after
those rules.
nuggets. Taco Bell's got nuggets now. Nobody would ever do that in the snack game, right? Hostess would never start a Nutty Buddy. Little Debbie would never start a snowball. There is rules.
And you think
to
that's
that
a respect
shit.
thing? You're
Yes.
totally wrong about it. You're telling me that if Hostess thought they could make a bunch of money off of creating a competitor,
rules to that
Matthew,
shit.
you're telling.
There's rules to
remember,
that shit.
I was
in the snack
just about
game.
to get to my fucking
No,
point in this
I
sentence.
don't, but
you're telling me that if Hostess thought they could make a stack full of cash by creating a Nutty Buddy competitor, that they wouldn't do it out of respect?
That's not what I'm saying.
It's not. That seems like exactly what you're
but
saying.
There's rules to that shit. There's patents. There's patents out there. I'm sure of it.
No.
Then why don't they?
Because they know they can't beat Little Debbie. Because she's that much of a threat. She's fucking. You can't. Listen, there's a reason the fucking queen wears the crown, or in this case, a weird little Quaker fucking wooden hat or whatever, straw hat. And you don't mess with Little Debbie, because that's how you get your Achilles fucking slashed. Wendy, she's having a hard enough time keeping her father's business afloat, because she just frankly does not have that dog in her. And Little Debbie is nothing but dog. Roar! Period. End of argument. Little Debbie, mogul, crawled her way to the top. She'll fucking beat up any little fucking redhead comes her way. Pippi Longstocking my fucking ass.
This article is very interesting that I'm reading. It's very interesting. Hostess, according to this, Little Debbie dominates the wafer game.
Well, without a doubt.
Whereas Hostess dominates the cake-based cream-filled alternatives.
Cake-based cream-filled alternatives, again, that's their Twinkie, that's their Ho-Ho. But some people, frankly, do prefer the Swiss rolls of Little Debbie.
Or the zebra cake.
Or the zebra cake, I mean, does that even have cream in it? Like,
yeah, I think
yes,
so. Or chocolate.
Maybe a little bit, but it's not like the Twinkie and the Ho-Ho, their whole thing is that they're filled with cream. Whereas Little Debbie has every other kind of snack cake.
I'll show you filled with cream. Buddy.
Terrific.
Andy, I'm taking Wendy.
And it's Little Debbie. You can take whoever you want, but it's Little Debbie. You don't mess with the Debster.
Dude,
You don't mess with LD.
Wendy would beat the. But Wendy would beat the fuck out of Little Debbie.
That's not true. Wendy thinks she's from the streets, but at the end of the day, she's just
Wendy,
another
you know
fucking
where Wendy
Nepo
spends
baby.
most of her time? The Galleria Mall. Stabbing. Little Debbie spends most of her time probably in some cushy office.
Little Debbie,
getting her fucking
Matthew,
hair done.
But you don't understand where Little Debbie came from. Little Debbie came from nothing. She came from the gutter. Wendy's dad was fucking rich. Dave Thomas was the genius. Wendy can't hold a candle to her old man. The business is crumbling under her watch. She thinks, oh, I'm Wendy. I'm so fucking tough. But she's just one of those rich kids.
We're
playing
not talking
gangster.
about how they run their businesses. We're talking about how they're going to fight, Andy.
And Little Debbie
is a bitch. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? Wendy from Wendy's
Nobody
versus
scraps like
Little
Debbie.
Debbie.
Nobody scraps
From
like
Little
Little Debbie.
Debbie.
Certainly not fucking Wendy.
Andy, Saturday episode.
Yep.
We're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
I got to say, God bless America. And hopefully when you hear from us again, it'll be because the USA has won a gold medal.
Terrific.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.